Now, I know what some of you are thinking, well, isn't there a Studio Series one that fixes this? Well, I think it's important to reflect on some of the choices. Maybe you prefer this, or maybe there's some...
You forgot, didn't you?
I will clip your ears! The eventual counter to the villainous 80s music box, Blaster is one groovy, underused character annoying the neighbors with his rock-hard tunes. This figure got repurposed in Studio Series, but the initial figure was released in both Kingdom and Legacy. Soundwave has a ton of cassettes, so to start, Blaster gets Eject looking like a transparent gummy cassette tape. I like the use of 5mm ports as the holes and gold paint, but it's a clear rectangle with very brittle knees. Studio Series fixed it, but this actually pairs with Rewind from Twincast. For the robot, it's probably the best mold for the humanoid blocks. I mean, you can actually articulate these with ball-jointed elbows. Take that, Rumbly! The gold paint matches the G1 style. I love the orange mouthplate, and you can still port weapons on the arms. For a little bonus, it's not half bad. Need a rectangle to store your rectangles? The cassette player is the symbol of the 80s, blasting retro tunes only the era could provide. It's got all the speakers, various buttons, and dials, including one I believe counts up to 11 if you get the reference. There's enough on the surface with black details, sculpted lines, and the back is clean enough with a spot for the weapon unless you want to do the little Evo Fusion thing. There's a handle to hold, and it can insert any one of the working cassettes, including Soundwave. Push the button and it'll spring open. What can I say? It's a box, but it's a very retro box and a very detailed looking box. The shape is good, respects the original character, and I just love the idea of the stereo itself. It's just built well. Robot mode. The legs might have trouble finishing the alt mode, but Blaster is probably the most action figure in a while. Let me explain. Thanks to the simple form and boxy robot, his design is exceptionally clean aside from the yellow plastic on certain parts, but it's better than Soundwave. He feels basic for a robot toy, but keeps the cues like the speaker shins, the gray and red shorts, the yellow chest with the side screen gray legs. As far as I'm concerned, it's Blaster, and I'll be honest, Titan's Returns was a bit too tall. The back of the legs close up, yet there's still budget enough for a tiny man. The head is simple enough, focusing on the important points like the dome, head, and ears of Winnie the Pooh. Did someone say articulation? Ball jointed head, shoulders out and in, forward and back rotation below, elbow bend, side motion, wrist sway, waist rotation, hips out and in, forward and back rotation below, knee bend, foot tilt, and toes move. With the action figure statement, not only is there a lot of joints, but he's very solid. If you want better heels, just open the back panel. Yes, the arms are hollow, but with the trigger finger, he can reach his tummy buttons or make a point about climate change if you want. I don't know why you'd want that, but it's there if you want. I don't know you. You want to go out sometime? Let's take a look at the accessories. Besides the floppy disk, Blaster has a blaster rifle, complete with the scope on top, but no blast port on the barrel. I love cassette bots. The idea of something so significant to the early 80s incorporated with little bots is a real treat, and really shows the age of the Transformers. Blaster doesn't get too much attention, so I'm glad they chose the opportunity for this guy. The alt form is good, the robot is very well designed as a figure, tight joints, good posability, solid form, recognized characteristics. This to me is now the definitive Generations Blaster mold. It's not the Studio Series version, but I'm still glad to own him. Proving again that G1 makes the best rectangles.